Hi everybody, Tim here. I'm actually in New York City on my way flying through to final destination, Istanbul. I hope not like the movies. Anyway, while I was here I wanted to make the most of my trip and I decided that I would go to the American Natural History Museum. So we did, and I took a whole bunch of photographs of, what do you think, stingrays and fish bones, right? No. Archery, bows, a few other cool weapons and armor and things like that, and I wanted to share that with you all. So I've got that. By the way, I really like the fact that you can see me gesturing on my shadow self over to the side, even if you can't see my hands down below. Hi. Rabbit. There. Okay, so bows and arrows, lots of cool stuff. Here it comes. Paleo-Indian dart and spear point's pretty cool. Early Clovis points down to more modern points getting smaller and smaller as presumably they were starting to use them for hafted onto arrows. Although I don't think bows and arrows were invented in North America by that time. Woodland tribes showing a bow and arrow with pin knocks. Very cool bows. There's the caption so you can freeze and read it. Double bow, a whole bunch of interesting arrows there at little tiny points. Powhatan bows. Yeah, that was the pinup Scott. An Iroquois bow in the middle. The right one was a Powhatan bow. More arrows. That looks like a nice blunt for hunting a small game squirrel. Cool. Bone arrow points. People keep knocking bone. I don't think it would be that useless. There's another Penobscot bow. And on the right, Cherokee. Different styles of arrow. 12,000 and 9,000 BC. Let's see if you should be able to read that. Folsom dart points. Can't make them out very well. There you go. Arrow and spear shaft straighteners. That's cool. Just knife blades. Lighting's bad. You can just barely make it out. Let's see. I'll have to take a still shot of this and I'll try and insert that. You can make out the arrows okay. The one on the top is Blackfoot and a Cheyenne. The fletching is pretty long. Looks like 6 inches on most of these. I'm going to try making a better shot. Check out those long thin points. This is a crow. Thrown weapons and stuff, not strictly archery related, but hey, who doesn't like a good boomerang? Stone axes and knives. Throwing sticks. And spear throwers. Cool, who doesn't? Addle-addles. It's the illustration of its use. Man, look at this. Definitely not weapons. Mouth bows. Instruments. Weird. A little bit of information. Feel free to pause. And a huli bow. That's really cool. Looks again like a pin-style knock. Made out of palm wood. The string of all things looks like it's palm bark or bamboo, or it's really odd. Looks like the arrows are also bamboo or cane or reed or something like that. They're over there. Some of them even appear to have cane tips. And here's a Historical photograph by Robert Glass. How cool is that?
Again, not strictly speaking archery related, but darn, this is cool. Using shark's teeth, stingray spines, putting them on pieces of wood, cloth knotted armor that's protecting the neck. That is just vicious looking. Vicious looking. Really cool stuff. You want to know how to make a piece of PVC more dangerous? That'd do the trick.
Good lighting here. It's a great idea for decoration. I'm still going to try. Right next to a rug we have what looks to be either an Ottoman style or a crab bow. It's an Afghani bow from early 20th century, but it appears to be made on the Indo-Persian style. Relatively wide, like 2.5-inch wide limbs. You can just barely make them out there. I'll take a few good still photos too. Really nice example of one of their Manchu style bows with the string guides, the string bridges that is. There's the knock, but look at that extremely long loop right there. The horn backing, even decorated a little bit near the handle. You can't see it here in the video, but you will be able to in the... Oh wow, look at that, look at the string. It's knotted at the top. It's knotted again to the inside part. You could replace every single portion of this separately. Keep the string going. That's really cool. See, you learn something every time you come. And it looks like a good blunt for, just like the Mongolian ones for target shooting. Enormous. Look at those feathers. Cool. I know bow. Interestingly, this is a lot like the one that we saw in the Philippines before. It's wrapped with something. I wonder if that's just meant to hold it together. In this case, it looks like almost like brass or a metal. It's really weird. Some of the arrows and points that it has. Neolithic bow. Just make it out. That is pygmy bow and arrow. Talk about a baby bow. A miniature bow quiver with arrows for a baby Zambul. That is adorable. The string is still beautifully made. Masob people, M-A-S-O-B. There's the bow, a few arrows right there. Also here on the right is a practice arrow. Really, really pretty crude, but suitable for its purpose. In the back, that bow is pretty darn slick. Looks neat. Pretty heavily deflexed. You're not getting a lot of power out of them, which is why they have these extremely thin, long blades. Tight crossbow and dart. Very cool. And Biralele style bow and arrow with monkey tail fur and an arrow with leaf fletching, the forest Bira people. Wow. Blade bow and arrow, tiny, tiny, tiny thing back there. It's like 9 inches tall. It's the Ona people of Tierra del Fuego. It's a wooden bow with a string of Wanako sinew. Wanako, I believe, are related to alpaca. It's a little miniature with the same. I'll take a picture still. Arrow. Cane with a stingray spine point. Kampa people. That looks pretty big. Excess string is wrapped around the middle in case the bowstring breaks. Kamayura. It's actually kind of cool.